Back in 1930, Nick buildings used solid steel, stone, and massive rivets. Compare that to new homes today. Flimsy wood, plastic pipes, and cheap siding. You're right, things feel flimsier. Nothing lasts like it used to. This isn't just a feeling, it's the death of durability. Back then, a purchase meant an asset. Now it's a rental to a landfill. But why is everything built to rot? We'll expose the hidden truth. Our investigation aims to reveal the deliberate material treason that has progressively weakened the foundation of the American economy. We'll illustrate exactly how steel gave way to plastic and how resilient old-growth timber was replaced by quickly grown fast food lumber, and discover why the very idea of lasting heirloom quality has vanished from our common understanding. This marks the forensic examination of our disposable age. Chapter 1: The Economic Deterioration. Before diving into the materials, we must first examine the financial figures. Back in 1950, materials accounted for approximately 40% of a new home or car's total price. You were truly investing in tangible physical components. However, today, materials constitute under 20% of the overall expense. So what exactly are you actually paying for instead? Your payments now fund marketing efforts, regulatory compliance, insurance costs, and all-time high corporate profits. To keep sticker prices within reach, all while inflating their profit margins, companies waged war directly on the materials. Since they couldn't reduce product size, they opted to make it hollow instead. They label this process value engineering. We, however, refer to it as the Great Cheapening. Exhibit A, the structural framework. When entering a home constructed prior to 1950, you'll notice the wood is distinct. It's dark, notably heavy, and even dulls drill bits easily. That's what we call old-growth timber. These trees matured slowly in dense forests, constantly competing for sunlight. This process formed dense growth rings, making the wood incredibly tough, almost like iron, and naturally resisting both rot and termites. A 2x4 board from 1950 genuinely measured 2 inches by 4 inches in actual dimensions. It functioned as a solid structural component. Nowadays, we construct with rapidly farmed lumber. These particular trees are cultivated in neat rows, much like corn, and subsequently harvested within just 20 years. Their growth rings are broad and soft. The wood is filled with sap and air, creating a spongy frame that warps upon drying. If you've ever tried building a deck with contemporary lumber, you already know the boards often twist into a propeller shape within a week. Now picture that occurring inside your home's walls. Yet they didn't stop there. Manufacturers soon realized that genuine wood, even the lower-grade varieties, had become too costly. That's when they developed oriented strand board. They gathered scraps, waste materials, and wood chips, blended them with adhesive, and then compressed them into large sheets. Firefighters often refer to this material as solidified gasoline due to how quickly it burns. However, for a typical builder, it simply represents efficiency. They swapped an ironwood framework for one made of weak oatmeal and glue. When this adhesive becomes wet, it dissolves. The entire structure quickly turns to mush. We're now constructing disposable homes despite securing 30-year mortgages. For over a century, the benchmark for plumbing was solid copper. Copper is inherently antimicrobial, doesn't degrade from sunlight, and rodents cannot chew through it. If your home has copper pipes, they're likely to endure for 80 years. Yet, copper remains expensive, so the industry opted for PEX and CPVC, both plastics. They assured us these options were superior. They emphasized its flexibility. They proclaimed it was the future, indeed, but conveniently omitted to discuss the drawbacks. They neglected to mention that should a rat enter your walls, it can chew through a PEX line within 30 seconds to access water. They also forgot that if PEX is exposed to ultraviolet light during initial construction, it becomes brittle and may burst a decade later. They certainly don't discuss the chemical leaching occurring when hot water remains in inexpensive plastic pipes for decades. We exchanged metal's durability for garden hose-like convenience, simply to save the builder $200 for each house. Exhibit C, the engine. This arguably stands as the most insulting shift. Simply open the hood of a 1970 Ford or Chevy vehicle. You'll observe a cast iron engine block and an aluminum intake manifold. You'll also spot a metal radiator. Now, inspect a contemporary engine. Its intake manifold is plastic, the valve covers are plastic, and even the oil pan is plastic. Engineers might claim this is for weight reduction. That's a falsehood. It's purely for cost savings. The cooling system is the prime example. Historically, water pumps featured metal impellers that functioned for decades. Today, however, numerous manufacturers employ plastic impellers instead. Eventually, hot coolant causes the plastic to become brittle. The impeller fins then snap off within the engine block. The engine overheats, leading to a blown head gasket. An $80,000 truck ruined by a mere 50-cent plastic component. We're also witnessing the disappearance of the traditional dipstick. Transmissions formerly included a metal dipstick, allowing you to check fluid levels in mere seconds. Nowadays, they come as sealed, self-contained units. Manufacturers claim the fluid is lifetime fluid, but what they truly mean by lifetime is simply the duration of the warranty. After the warranty expires, the fluid degrades, the transmission fails, and without a dipstick to check, you are completely unaware of the impending issue. Exhibit D, the electronic brain. This leads us to the various appliances found in your kitchen and laundry room. Your grandmother's washing machine reliably lasted for 3 decades. It was noisy and often vibrated the floor. But crucially, it functioned. That's due to its purely mechanical design. It utilized a physical timer featuring gears and springs. Should it break, a simple $5 part would allow for easy repair. Today, your washing machine functions as a computer designed to get wet. They've swapped the mechanical timer for an inexpensive printed circuit board. They position this fragile electronic brain within a hot, humid, vibrating setting. This is essentially a recipe for guaranteed failure. The board's capacitors often swell and ultimately burst. Solder joints fracture because of constant vibration. When the circuit board fails, you can't simply replace one capacitor. You must replace the complete computer module, which costs $300. But the truly critical issue is the sealed bearing. Older machines featured bearings you could lubricate. New ones have them sealed inside a plastic tub. When the bearing fails, it's irreparable. You must discard the whole machine. That's why 5-year-old Samsung and LG units end up in landfills, while 40-year-old Maytags still operate reliably in basements. Exhibit E, the exterior. Finally, we need to discuss the illusion of perceived quality. Contemporary manufacturing excels at making inexpensive materials appear expensive. Observe the chrome on a modern truck. Historically, chrome involved a layer of metal electroplated onto steel. It felt heavy and cold to the touch. Today, it's merely vacuum metallized plastic. It's merely a thin, reflective foil layer sprayed onto shaped plastic. After just 3 years in the sun, it blisters and flakes, revealing the dull gray plastic beneath. Now, examine the leather in your vehicle. Unless you're purchasing an upscale, 6-figure luxury automobile, what you have isn't genuine leather. Rather, it is composite leather or vinyl. It consists of pulverized leather combined with an adhesive, then painted to resemble genuine hide. This material doesn't improve with age. Instead, it deteriorates. You'll find it cracking and flaking in ways that true leather never would. Consider the taps in your bathroom. They appear like brushed nickel, yet upon lifting one, you'll feel it carries next to nothing. It's constructed from plastic with a metallic finish. Internally, its valves comprise plastic cartridges which fail in just a few years. Older faucets featured brass valves and rubber washers. These were capable of being repaired indefinitely. Modern faucets are engineered for disposal once they start leaking. Why exactly do manufacturers implement this? Why has our entire economic system moved from valuing resilience to prioritizing single-use items? It isn't that they're incapable of making things better. Current material science vastly surpasses what was available 5 decades ago. We could easily construct a refrigerator built to endure for a full century. Likewise, a truck could be manufactured to run for 1,000,000 miles. They pursue this approach because of how quickly money circulates. When a metal component survives for half a century, it negatively impacts their profits. You'd avoid buying a new one, but if a plastic item functions for only 5 years, that's seen as optimal. It fails precisely when your loan is repaid, compelling you to return to the retailer for yet another purchase. They've intentionally designed products with reduced lifespan, all to accelerate the flow of your money exiting your wallet. This particular pattern embodies planned obsolescence. Purchase, fail, substitute, then resume. Here's the conclusion. We now inhabit a world of cardboard, merely painted to resemble granite. It's often termed modernization. We name it for its true nature, deterioration. Your grandfather's tools remain operational while your modern ones have failed, and this isn't due to nostalgia. Physics dictates it. Therefore, what actions should you take? You must decline modern options. You uphold the traditional. Ensure the copper is mended. Retain your cast iron items. You lubricate the aged timber. Furthermore, if a purchase becomes necessary, seek out the specific brands featured prominently on our channel. Products which still integrate real metal. Items utilizing fasteners like bolts instead of just adhesive. As we inhabit a world engineered for decay, enduring quality emerges as the supreme act of resistance.